Hello, everyone, and happy Geography Awareness Week. On behalf of all of us at the American Geographical Society, welcome to our annual Fall Symposium. For the past symposiums, we've gathered here at the Roone Arledge Auditorium at Columbia University for our annual event. Every year, we get together, renew our friendships, participate in intensive geo conversations, exchange ideas, and hear from world-class geographers, geospatial scientists, innovators, and other fascinating speakers, all of whom are leading the way to address the issues facing our planet. This meeting has become one of the most important geo events in North America in the fall, and this pandemic has certainly challenged us to be able to continue these very important discussions and tradition. This room is so quiet and lifeless without all of you here. But the good news is that we are planning to meet here again next year, and in the meantime, we are welcoming thousands of you from around the world to join us digitally today and over the next few days for what we think is going to be a great week. We have replaced the stage behind me with a digital stage, our specially designed website, which actually is going to host far more events than we usually do here. I invite you to join us every day this week for panel sessions, lightning talks, spotlight presentations, special plenaries, book reviews, and interviews. You can even test your geo knowledge daily with a short, fun quiz aligned with the theme of the day. Look, it's not the same as all of us together here, and I don't want to pretend it is. But I can tell you that the lineup of speakers and the willingness of our presenters to be a part of this event in spite of less than perfect accommodations is really a testament to the importance of the discussions we are all having, be it face-to-face or using technology to bring us together from around the world. So welcome. We're looking forward to spending the week, our week, Geography Awareness Week, with all of you. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the chairman of the American Geographical Society, Dr. Chris Tucker, and our president, Dr. Marie Price. Chris and Marie.
Thank you, John. Welcome to Geography 2050 with its theme, The Future of the World Ocean. For months now, we've been planning our first virtual conference, and we are so excited to share our efforts with you this week. While I don't think it will replace the fun of gathering in New York City each November, we are delighted that so many more people from all around the world are able to join us this week. The American Geographical Society began in New York City in 1851. We are the oldest national geographical organization in the country. The founders of AGS were inspired to explore, map, and record changes on the Earth's surface. Yet the society was always engaged in vital environmental, social, and economic questions in an effort to use a geographical perspective to answer these challenges. One of the ways we do this is by convening people from academia, government, industry, and civil society. We believe in the power of people speaking to each other, not at each other, across these sectors. Geography 2050 embodies this philosophy. We could not do this work without the help of the AGS Council, our governing body, whose members come from different sectors but are united in their love and appreciation for geography as a way of understanding and transforming the world for the better. And of course, we are fortunate to have dedicated staff members and interns who turn these ideas into reality. Geography has experienced a resurgence in the U.S., especially with the popularity of AP Human Geography in high schools across the country. We welcome the AP Human Geography teachers who are attending today and their students. In the past years, 50 AP Human Geography teacher fellows would join us in New York City to attend the conference and a special workshop afterwards. This year, hundreds of teachers are joining us remotely, and we will have a special workshop for you on Saturday, led by Dr. Lisa Benton-Short, a friend of AGS and chief reader for AP Human Geography. So please sign up for this workshop. In order to make this event possible, we are especially grateful to our corporate angels, companies that believe in the power of geography and geospatial tools to change lives for the better. In particular, I want to acknowledge Arturo, Critigen, Dean Wise LLC, Dewberry, FSI, GeoCisu, Mantech International, TeachOSM, 10X Aerospace, and Voyager. This year we are making Geography 2050 available free of charge. As you will see, there is a tremendous amount of work and expense to put this event on. If you like what you see and learn today and throughout the week, please consider making a donation. Any amount is welcome, and it can be done with a click of your mouse. And with that, I pass the microphone to my colleague and chair of AGS, Dr. Chris Tucker.
Thanks, Marie. I'd like to join you first in underscoring the importance of the work of our illustrious leader, AGS CEO, Dr. John Konarski, and our amazing staff in helping us transform this event into our first virtual Geography 2050. Of course, beyond their hard work and that of our council, these events would not be possible this year without the leadership of our two program co-chairs, Dr. Lawson Brigham of the University of Alaska Fairbanks and Dr. Chris Verlinden of Applied Ocean Sciences. These two leaders, both officers in the U.S. Coast Guard and PhD oceanographers, have a passion for the role of geography in understanding our oceans and the role of our oceans in supporting our planet and our species. So thank you to them for the countless hours of hard work and their willingness to share their Rolodex, their connections with an amazing network of experts who you will get to witness as part of this week's event. This event also would not be possible without our long-term partners. Normally, this event, as Marie said, would be held in New York City at Columbia University, sponsored by the Columbia Earth Institute. Their support over the years has meant everything to this event, and we are happy to have them partners on this first virtual event. And hopefully, we look forward to being back in New York sometime after the pandemic ends. We'd also like to thank the Fund for the City of New York, U.S. Geospatial Intelligence Foundation, and the Open Geospatial Consortium for their long-term partnership in this multi-year strategic dialogue about the vital trends that will reshape the geography of our planet over the coming decades. Additionally, we're lucky to have others, our sponsors. We have our premium sponsors in Black Cape, ESRI, Maxar, and Reinventing Geospatial, known as RGI. Also, we have our sponsors, the American Association of Geographers, Applied Ocean Sciences, Cesium, Crunchy Data, Impact Observatory, MapStory, National Geographic, the Open Sensor Hub team, Rutledge, and their label Taylor and Francis, and Wolpert. Thank you so much to all of you for sponsoring this event. Without you, it simply wouldn't be possible. Beyond that, this year we have someone new to thank. Because going virtual is actually a huge lift and a gigantic challenge. And without Adam Simmons from Project Geospatial and all of his expertise in helping us go virtual, we would never have been able to transform this in such a short period of time into such an amazing week-long celebration of the oceans. I encourage all of you to check out projectgeospatial.com in your spare time for all sorts of great content around about the geospatial industry, technology, innovations, and the challenges that the industry faces. So thank you to Adam. And with that, I'd like to introduce our two program co-chairs for this year, who I've already introduced, Dr. Lawson Brigham and Dr. Chris Verlinden.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome, everyone. I'm here to set the stage for the AGS Geography 2050 Symposium, Future of the World Ocean. I'm Lawson Brigham, co-chair of the symposium with my colleague, Chris Verlinden. Both of us are oceanographers and have sailed extensively at sea as U.S. Coast Guard officers, so we're both connected to the ocean in many ways. The future of the planet is certainly linked to the global ocean. Planet's warming, and so are all of the oceans. The oceans are changing in profound ways, and their health should be of concern to all humanity. As we have said on our website, the oceans in the 21st century are many things to many people. They're a highway for trade and economic growth. We certainly rely on global fisheries. The oceans are a geostrategic space where navies and merchant ships operate. And sadly, the place is a region of the planet for pollution and dumping. The oceans also, over history, have provided inspiration to generations throughout all time. All of these uses and perspectives of the ocean today are under great change. The oceans themselves, once thought as inexhaustible, are under great stress. So in this symposium, we're hoping to provide you with a basic understanding of the complexity of all of these changes, all profound, and all impacting people not only along the coast, but throughout all of the deep oceans. In the next 5 days, we have a comprehensive program based on 5 themes, and I'll go down the list. You can see them on our website. The first day, today, we have human impacts on the oceans, a special plenary, which Chris in a moment will speak to. The second day, oceans as a contested environment. We have experts and some naval officers to speak about the complexities of law enforcement and naval protection around the world's oceans. Third day, a special day with explorers, is titled Exploring, Mapping, and Sensing the Oceans. On the fourth day, our sessions speak to the bounty of the oceans and protecting this place, our place. And then finally, on the fifth day, which I'm involved with in chairing a session, is the changing boundary between human habitats and the sea, and we'll speak to the Arctic and also the coastal zone. So I'll turn this over to Chris now, and he can speak to our special plenary and some other aspects of this week. Chris?
Thank you very much, Lawson. My name is Chris Verlinden. I'm the CTO of Applied Ocean Sciences, and I'm honored to be co-chairing this week's event with Dr. Brigham. Before I was the CTO of Applied Ocean Sciences, I was a Coast Guard officer, and I spent much of that time working on icebreakers in the Arctic, being weaned on stories of adventure and intrigue from Dr. Brigham's earlier career. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor to be co-chairing this event with you, sir. After I spent my time in the Arctic, I taught GIS at the Coast Guard Academy for a few years, which is how I was first introduced into this wonderful geography community. This event to me is very special because it represents a fusion of these two worlds, my two worlds, the geo with the ocean, the oceanography. And this is appropriate, I think, because 70% of our planet is covered in ocean. We really do live on a blue marble. This week, we'll be discussing the future of the world ocean in terms of the 5 distinct topics that Dr. Brigham mentioned. There's a number of different ways you can choose to participate in this event. First of all, you can tune in live every day on the geography2050.org website, each day starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and you will see all of the live sessions for that day's events showing in order as listed on the schedule. If you aren't able to watch the day's event consecutively in real time, you can navigate to the Vault. So if you click on the Vault link on the geography2050.org website, you can choose any individual session you'd like to watch or share with your friends, students, colleagues, etc. There's a variety of different ways you can interact with all these topics, and we believe it'll be very interesting and informative to educators, policymakers, scientists, and anybody interested in the future of the world ocean. Now, one of the reasons this topic is so interesting to me, like I said, is because I've always been a bridge between the geo and the oceanography community. And something that used to interest me, but before I found the answer, was why we call oceanography oceanography. I always thought it should be called oceanology. That makes more sense to me because it seems to follow the convention of other disciplines. Well, it turns out that one of the reasons we call oceanography oceanography is because we used to describe the field of studying the ocean as mapping the largely static parameters or qualities of the ocean. But we now know that that's not entirely true. The ocean changes a lot, and on timescales ranging from hours to days, weeks, months, years, decades, and centuries. And we are currently experiencing a period of unprecedented changes in our oceans, which is why the subject of our first special plenary session is the top 10 greatest challenges facing the world ocean. We'll discuss topics ranging from acidification to warming, sea ice loss to plastics, and we'll be discussing what the future of the world ocean looks like and what you can do about it. The ocean that we see in 2050 and that our kids see in 2100 will likely not resemble the ocean that we see today, and not for the better. And that's why today's topic is human impacts on the ocean.
And who would have guessed, Chris, that we all were reading every day about plastics spreading throughout the whole of the global ocean? Science tells us that we see plastics in the Arctic Ocean, down in the Southern Ocean, and plastics were found in the Challenger Deep, the deepest part of the ocean. Remarkable. Impact.
People are even starting to call our era the Plasticine, because our impact, our legacy in the fossil record will likely be a layer of plastics everywhere.
Extraordinary impacts.
Yeah. Absolutely extraordinary. So let's discuss some of these impacts more. Without further ado, I'd like to move to our very first session, the top 10 greatest challenges facing the world oceans, where we'll discuss ocean plastics and a variety of other topics.